Hello, and welcome back to Let's Replay Mystery Case Files Shadow Lake. I'm MCFPapa, and this is part 3. We just got to the warden's house, so we're gonna go around. The meter isn't running. What a decades that the meter isn't running after like 5 decades. No, 4 decades.
There are some things in this area that may prove useful in our investigation.
And what's the morphing thing here? Yeah, it's that. Yeah, there's a cassette, but not just any cassette, an 8-track tape. Get it? Because it's the 70s. And get a load of the furniture, too. And the creepy, ethereal smoke billowing down the steps. Ooh, isn't that scary? A ghost closed the fridge. And there's a morphing object here. And you look in the keyhole. Oh man. Were you scared? Ooh. And then the ghost decides to open the door for you. Ain't that nice of the ghost? Free them. And there's that thing. I really don't know though if they like wanted to just have some spooky stuff in the place and didn't really think much on like the logic of like who's haunting what. I don't know. But now here, this is like the closest it really gets to a traditional hidden object scene, because a lot of stuff that you need to find is available just in here. Yeah, but this game is where I really started to not even bother looking at the item list and just clicking randomly on stuff. As it basically amounts to the same thing. But if you're listening in the background, this game actually has ambient sort of music in, too, unlike Escape from Ravenhurst. So, like, gameplay-wise, I'd say this game's better than Escape from Ravenhurst, but story-wise, I'd say it's worse. Because the story's okay, but it's just not as captivating. Oh. Why'd it take me so long to find the corkscrew? I don't know. Why is it taking me so long for the brush? I don't know.
Strange, Detective. I think the warden was a man with a secret. The spirits are telling me that you should look behind the junk drawer in the kitchen. Something is hidden there.
Yeah, just let all the junk spill out on the floor. Who cares? It's not our house. It's someone else's we're investigating. And his way of dealing with problems was drinking, but instead of taking some liquor or anything, we take a fuse. Though I guess probably the like wine would have gone to vinegar by now. I don't really get though. Can you really use a fuse as a like pork? I don't know about that. We can at least put the fuse in, even though the house is still without power. So then there's this wiring puzzle to do. I like this puzzle. It's a pretty fun one. Oh no, I can't do it yet because I need to put in the wires. That's right. And can't get through the door because of the tree. And morphing object there. Now this is a really nice like view, like just straight into this wide open area with a tree there. Despite how precarious like this side is, like in here this room's like fully intact. Kinda weird. Missing a baseball card too. Oh, and there's the morphing object. Though realistically, if this sort of town was abandoned for like 40 years, there would be so many like looters and such who like come to the town to try and find stuff to sell like on eBay or something. Anyway, with the wires now we can do all the connections. I really like the connection sound effect that makes. Just very satisfying. And the whole puzzle's symmetrical too, so it's fairly simple to work out. Though I suppose you could argue, since the puzzle's symmetrical, why'd they even make you do it the same thing twice? Why not just do half as big of a puzzle?
Detective, I have another set of drawings whenever you feel you are ready for them.
And the moral of this game is always pick up the drawings when the drawings are available.
Ah, Detective. The spirits kept me very busy while you were out. The impressions I received from the warden's house were very strong. I'm eager to see what the spirits show us after you place these drawings there.
I do like, though, like, as you unlock more locations, like, the fog of the map disappears more and more. It's really nice.
Detective, here are some items you should keep an eye out for.
Yeah. And now, it's cool hearing this song, because I remember it from being used in BioShock. Probably it's just a old-timey song that the rights are really cheap to. So that's why it was used in BioShock and in this game. I think it was used in BioShock. I remember it was used in Ryan Amusements in BioShock 2. But I think it was used somewhere in BioShock as well. Though the music doesn't loop or anything, it's just the one little time through and then it's done. I guess because the record, like, ran out, like, was finished, so it just is, like, done. But get it? Fetching? Isn't that clever?
I can see a child, the warden's child, placing something underneath a loose board in the floor. This could be a clue, Detective.
It could be, but all it actually turns out to be is a report card. And I get that this is like a joke, like satire sort of thing, but because how could anybody be this stupid? Like, I'm not trying to be insulting or anything, but seriously, like, failing every single subject except for reading, which you got a D3/4, and phys ed. How the heck do you fail phys ed? Do you just refuse to even participate in the sports or the games? I don't know. Art. How do you fail art? Just draw something. It's art. And it's elementary school too, so none of this is really hard. Maybe I'm just being too pretentious with the thing, but like, even if you're terrible at some subject, there's other subjects you're surely good at, you know? Or at least passable in. Feel free to leave in the comment section below if I'm just being stupid and you really can have that terrible of a report card. Maybe I'm just being elitist or something. Anyway, morphing objects there. And in here, we can sharpen the axe. Still works after like 40 years. Ain't that impressive? I think, though, I missed out on something. Isn't there? I could have sworn there was a scare in the basement that you could see. Maybe if you hold off on putting in the fuse. Maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, with the axe, now we can chop the tree branch off. Some more sick animation there. Oh yeah, morphing object there. And then if we look under the bed, spooky, ain't it? Wow. Someone's bare feet. Now we get the ghost. photo. Now that actually is a kind of good scare. I'll give him props for that one. You know, I like that one. Dear Melvin, I love you with all my heart, but since moving here to Biddeford, the darkness and pain inside have been too much for me to bear. I keep thinking that it is the town itself that troubles me, but I know that is crazy. Please remember me in happier days spent at the lake. Take care of our son. If there's an afterlife, I'll be waiting there for you both. Alan. I guess the implication is, like, the evil demon underneath the town, like, drove her to suicide or something. Maybe.
You found all the drawings in this area. Hurry back so we can do another reading.
I don't know.
The message on the warden's wall was very cryptic, Detective. Free them. What could it have meant? Let's do a reading.
Oh yeah, this one's harder because the centerpiece is locked into place. There's a good difficulty progression between all of these things. So it is different from like Huntsville and Ravenhurst and that, where the puzzle was always the exact same every level you did. But I still kinda think it's more kinda level based. And you can also really get the pieces jammed stuck pretty easily on the edges, especially in some of the later ones of these. No, it is pretty cool, the physics, you know, the pieces really feel like they got some weight to them, that you can, like, spin them around and everything. Pretty good job. And because it constantly gets harder, it never feels, like, tedious doing the same thing over and over again.
The mother in me says the warden was irresponsible to bring that thing into his own house. But something tells me he wasn't in his right mind. And neither was the boy. You may want to check out the schoolhouse.
I do find it kind of funny that everyone in this game is so obsessed with, like, a silly little relic with, like, silly little horn with weird markings on it. I get that it's probably like the demon calling out to people to become so obsessed with it, but still. Morphing object, there's that thing. Then if we go in here, we can get an extension cord and this first secret videotape. as well as some notes on infrared cameras. Something kind of weird though is in the beta version of this game there were 3 videotapes you can find, so I don't know if they maybe just split one of the 2 tapes you can find in half, or if there was a third one that got cut. Because in the beta you found a tape in the box there out front of the motel the Ghost Patrol left behind, but you don't in the full release.
Alright, can we make sure that I'm centered in frame this time? I want to get back to the motel before lunch. Let's go. Come on through. In 3, 2. It's just after midnight here at the abandoned Shadow Lake Penitentiary. We're spending an entire night patrolling for paranormal activity. This prison lies in the old ghost town of Biddeford, Maine. Deserted after a devastating earthquake in 1973, Biddeford, Maine is reputed to be one of the most haunted places in America. And the Shadow Lake Penitentiary is at the epicenter of these hauntings. Countless violent criminals lived out their lives within these walls, many of them meeting an untimely death here. Having spent so much time locked up, their restless spirits still roam these corridors looking for a way out. And that's just what we're going to give them. Right now, I'm going to try and summon these spirits by inviting them to join me here in the summoning circle that I've drawn on the floor. My assistant Kelly will be here to take EVP recordings. You ready, Kelly? She's ready. Let's do this. Yo! Prisoners! Listen up! I am the new warden here, and I am giving you permission to come out of your cells and join me here in this circle. When I count to 3, you will be free to come and join me in the summoning ring. 1, 2, 3! Oh my God, what was that? What was that?
Whoops. Sorry.
Those were the spirits. The spirits were rattling their bars. They are here, and they are angry. It's time. We're here at a precise moment in history. They're ready. They're ready to come out, and I'm ready to greet them. Jack, tell them on the scene. Ghost Patrol. Not afraid of you! Come on out! Come at me, ghosts! Kelly, come on. Come on back.
I just love the Ghost Patrol and how lovably incompetent Jack Talon is in his duties. Though, to be fair, he's more entertaining than most of the Ghost shows, so there is that. But anyway, that'll do it for this part, so like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you next time when we check out the school.